Hey, traders, how's it going? It is the gold pump stream, I guess. Gold doing some really good things. We'll look at it. Starting with Bitcoin, though. Daily candle just closed, as you heard the Jesus chimes in the intro. Just a recovery, off the lows from yesterday. And as you can see, just above my head, like that flag or just very small consolidation structure after the impulse. I mean, it pivoted there and you rallied and you're testing the midpoint or heart line of that very small pattern, structure, whatever. And that's about it so far. You got to like how crypto kind of did with stocks not doing well. We saw that we got a gap down, didn't we? Started out pretty ugly. But gap fill on the S&P. Again, we're going to look at these things. So that's it, man. On Bitcoin, one day at a time. Waiting for higher prices. Or maybe, just maybe, a pullback to 19,891. But again, if we've talked about what's the most painful thing that could happen, it's probably more up because so many people missed out on the run before, that huge impulse up, and then people are waiting for something more significant of a pullback. And they may not get it if this all stays the same. I mean, what happens if the stock market has a good day tomorrow? Could be really good for Bitcoin and altcoins. That, most altcoins, hot garbage, trash, but there are the few that were awesome, and they're up 40-50% off those awesome low risk areas, and they're still elevated. And some of the assets today went up double-digit percentage points, a few of them anyway. Ethereum, right at that 886, reacted, but man, I think you need to pull back more to be able to say it's a real reaction. I mean, just like test the 1420. Dude, what's up, CDE Moonboy? Wow. That was nuts, dude, right? 10% to close. Woo.
CD Moonboy tipped $100.
No words, just contribution. Thanks, dude. You can say something next time, man. You should say something, not could. Should. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. We'll look at that. We'll take a gander. Or it was spectacular setup. It's just hold it and forget about it and wait. After you set your stop loss up, of course, stop loss never even came close to being triggered or anything, but forget about it in that sense. So you think of Ethereum's kind of at like a place where it's, hey man, I'm sorry you weren't here on January 4th. January 4th through the 6th, that's when the magic was happening on all those select altcoins too. You had to be here to witness levels that were way more important than now. Now, between 1420 and 1730 on Ethereum, flip your coin. Flip your coin on if it sees 1420 next, or if it holds here, doesn't see 1420, and goes to 1730, which 1730 is gargantuan in significance, right? That's the level where if it ever broke, there's almost 100% chance it goes up to 1972. So, with the RSI on Bitcoin being nuclear, kind of the thought was pause. Not massive pullback, just pause. Cool off a little bit on the RSI. I mean, as this was seeing, it was at 86. That's ridiculous. Hey, going back down to 71, that's not so ridiculous. That's pretty good. A little overbought, but that's resetting. So I'm not going to be that surprised if we see 1730. It's all going to be like a Bitcoin, that idea we have, maybe not really based on true technicals, just based on like what happens when, you've just been selling off and then finally a bottom gets put in and a massive impulse happens. Bitcoin's been known to hurt people that aren't participating. And that's normally like one massive impulse, you pause a little bit, barely pull back, and you keep going. And eventually, at the tail end of those massive runs, that's when FOMO, the retail finally wakes up and they're like, oh my God, Bitcoin's 25K. Should I buy now? Concurrent viewership triples, right? People FOMO into the Patreon or the Citadel, all of it, man. We get over 1,000 likes, you know, on the stream. I mean, that's generally when that stuff happens. So we're not all the way there yet. BNB, real quick. Well, I don't know. Should I just go to gold because it's like in the thumbnail, my base mat overlay, currently a golden bar? Yeah, let's just do it because what's so spectacular about it is I tweeted about it, posted to patrons, Citadel members about it. The 5 Japanese candlestick pattern. It's actually, in fact, the name of my company, Rising 3 Methods. That's what I chose when I started, you know. So confirmed highest daily candle close since April 25th. So close. Maybe April 22nd. My God. Yeah, I think we're the highest since the 22nd. But something more significant than those things. Just to go back, man. Here it is. Here it is. The old all-time high from September 6th, 2011. That's Jesus chimes worthy right there. We've broken that level today and confirmed that continuation pattern. That's crazy. So you've broken through the black gate. And now you are in Mordor. Congratulations. You go to 1963. You're going to be facing a bunch of orcs. But if you break that, that's maybe when you head to Mount Doom. 2000 plus. Just so impressive. That pattern being painted so brilliantly. Maybe you come in back test 1921 today. That'd be cool. Hold it and then rally further. Silver didn't do anything like this, nor did copper. Copper is doing cool things, but not today. This one kind of stood alone of the precious metals. Platinum's still below its supply line, kind of flirting with the horizontal line. Palladium, well, it's really, dude, it really is just gold today. Normally they follow, but what followed gold today? The miners. And for that tip right there, someone who obviously was participating in a very, very powerful looking setup. Inverse head and shoulders. Momentum shifting. And that momentum shift lasted from May of last year all the way to virtually
Proton,
this
please.
year.
Espresso KX.
So, Anon, yeah, we'll look at that. Cheers. So this was about the same size, 232 days. This is about the same size of many of the harmonic patterns that matured on the crypto market, like Shiba and YFI, and others too. Okay, but it's not just that, right? That's like one thing, and it's all happening where? This is what you should be applying to every chart you would ever look at. You're hitting a space bar, you got your watch list. I mean, you're always looking for, how can I buy low? You know, looking for inflection points from 2014. Oh, wait. Let's go back further. Let's go back to 2008. And it just so happens that market participants have recaptured those levels. You are well above them. You are sitting above them. Yes, one thing about this is you can't be monitoring this hardcore every day because it swings like 5% a day. Like tomorrow, not going to be that surprised if it's down 5%. Every day. It's almost like a crypto. But today, the highest close on the daily you have seen since November 8th. Sounds like a lot of cryptos, man. And down a little bit after hours, whatever. It's not that. I mean, it's got 7.85 million volume, which is decent. So there's a lot of upside, man. A lot of upside. History tells us tremendous upside potential, right? It's all up and down, almost every single time. So it's like if you complete this, hey, we talked about a 200-day, bunch of 200-day harmonic patterns developing on, in crypto. They've matured, and a lot of them begun to take off their lows and the type 2s. You're talking about, I mean, in the end, right, 900 to 1,000 day large harmonic, quadruple the size of the altcoins. I mean, the M shape began at the COVID crash lows, and it's just set up here. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, it's very educational. This chart is, again, something you could apply anywhere, and it's going to be, you'll be on the lower risk of your entries. You'll be able to strategize your stop losses efficiently, and you will be able to identify the upside, which is certainly going to be over 3 to 1 on one like this. It's funny, someone brought up, and I'm just kind of going off here just because my brain's weird. Like a patron was like, well, what about something about PIVX? They entered on PIVX, not because of like, I had posted about it or anything. No, they've invested in themselves and they've learned buying low. Right? I mean, this isn't exactly the same situation at all as you're seeing on CDE. CDA's argument is so much better than this and mostly everything. It's a specimen. But like, PIVX, man, I don't know. These wicks, 2018, twice, beginning of the year, end of the year, and then look, 2019 and 2020, and then you fell below it, oh my God, and then you rallied, you sprung, you back tested the spring, you ran straight up to the next level of inflection, and then you pulled back, and then it's like, oh man, we're back. But then you're like able to identify like a dragon pattern, and this may not play out, could fail, just make another lower high and dump to the abyss because it's PIVX, and we completely get that. But you're identifying a predictable pattern, a recognizable pattern at inflection points, right? There was bullish divergence on the second low. The second low happened to be the test of the ice line. Market participants defended it. You're now above the 200-day moving average. Probably some sort of golden cross has already happened. Now you had a golden cross, now a death cross, probably fake out. It's like that's like the fundamentals of the TA are like buying low and stuff like this, what you're looking for. I mean, even stuff like, again, I mean, I think there's just too much against people being healthy and losing weight for this to survive. I think it's just like, right, they've now made it where, hey, morbidly obese men and women, or not even men or women, right, something else, will be on covers of magazines, and it's like fetishized. Oh, okay. The Weight Watchers. Don't know how they can do it, man, but I'm just talking about, and I don't think there's near enough of a structure that has been created here or anything, right? This was your all-time low. Oh, wait, or maybe it was that it? Yeah, 2015. Right, you kind of get this where it was at the level, it held it once, then twice, but man, look at it now, like bad macro, just can't break 481. It's probably going to come test 367 again, the all-time low. But yeah, sometimes it's a good idea to be looking for assets at ice lines from history, because insane things can happen. Like even like, okay, well, Weight Watchers probably screwed, and then GameStop though. Look, man, you go back to 2003. Oops, what the? 2003, man, it was like $4. It had a split, so the prices are skewed, but like, that was a level from 2003. And then look what happened. Look at the price action you received at the same levels, right? And it was right here, July 2020, we had identified it, and it was the spring back test. And then what did it do after it back tested the old all-time high from all-time low from 2003? Life-changing, ridiculous, unbelievable campaign by the composite operator that took the thing, you can't even tell. Like, it's like, what did it appreciate in value? It was like, I don't know, 20,000%. Now it's over. Composite operator concluded his campaign, and only lower highs, only lower lows. Look what it's doing today. Pathetic. And yesterday, formally back testing the levels that were once support throughout last year, now resistance. Garbage. Anyway, so let's get back to crypto. Those are kind of just going off the beaten path that we do normally every day, you know. Let's go to XRP. It had a decent day. I mean, a bullish engulfing candle is technically confirmed about 19 minutes ago. Technically, the engulfing candle, there was a close above the 200 moving average again. That's real. But you need more, man. We got to have more. You can't just roll over today. Like, you got to get some follow through off some sort of engulfing candle. And then it's time to go test 41, 42 cents. I mean, if this thing's real, that's what's going to happen soon. And it's not even the daily. It's the weekly. I don't know how does this not play out, man? How does this fail? The stage is set, dude. The 886, double bottom, divergence out the yin yang. This is it. I don't know how long it's gonna take, man, but this is what assets look like before they go up 50 to 100+%. This is what they look like. Golden guns. Also golden guns. Those are fun. And you can also buy golden bullets. Did you know that? You can get like a bucket of golden bullets. I wonder what they cost these days though. All right, there you go, man. Just to check up on XRP. Let's check up on BNB. I don't think we looked at that one. We'll look at it below 297. Hidden bearish divergence is still there, so there could be more downside. Just gonna follow Bitcoin. Oh, it's always just Yep, golden girls, golden grams. Yep, these are ideas as big as the Grand Canyon. Only real ones will get what I'm talking about. Okay, I guess we would go to Cardano because it's next market cap. Just garbage. Doesn't matter. The amount of, it's insurmountable amount of things that have to happen before we would say this is not garbage. Technically. Just a reiteration of the analysis. The candle close from 2018 has been regarded as resistance for the first time on the date of the 13th and then the 16th, and that's it so far. Pretty disgusting. I hope something changes one day because Hoskins & Son seems like a really good guy, but his chart is awful. Like, it doesn't even matter if it pumps in our world, because in our world the only pumps that matter are the ones where we're able to strategize using traditional technical analysis, where we can have a reasonable entry, stop loss, and take profits. It's all the only time it matters when we have a pump here, okay? Other pumps are just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, pumps happen. At any given time when there's no edge, bears or bulls, it's 50% chance. Okay, so that coin flip happened and great. Cardano, and then I guess Doge, man. Like, whatever. Doge is just kind of wet farting. I don't know, dude. It tested the level that made sense, but that's where people were selling, and still elevated off the lows. But come on, man. It's like time. Like, I don't just... might just be early, you know. If this is gonna play out, you're thinking it should be like the next thing that should be going on is a rally. That's it, right? 2 lows that are confirmed higher than the previous lows, and those lows are confirmed higher than the previous low before it. Yeah, it should be time to mark up, but no markups yet. So just, it's like almost like, hey man, down here, this is the 886, this is the divergence, this is the level where the markup, the 88, you know, right here, the completion of the harmonic. This is where bids should come in. They're not coming in yet. They did come in eventually. But more, though. More because this is extremely significant and discernible on the daily. We can go to Matic, because Matic's also a higher market cap coin that did break out, but then broke back in. Ugh. Right, you were doing it, man. You were going to do it, and then no. But that's okay. Whatever happens on this or Doge or whatever, as long as the asset makes a higher low than the previous lows, more accumulation argument. Man, back at this point, I mean, if you get something like that, that might be a partial decline where high probability outcome of breakout, a real breakout back to 120. So you just can't be that concerned about an asset at a resistance, unable to break it, but you know you've confirmed higher lows than the previous lows and definitely the previous lows before it. So think you're fine right now, but it's not really a good level to be taking a fresh long, because it never is when you're right. You see a bottom and you see a top of a range. You're at the top end of the range and you fail to break out. That's not a strategic entry level. It just isn't and never will be.
Sup Mitch, could you check out Casper, possible cup and handle forming?
Cup with Handelman? Yeah, Paris. That's weird, dude. That's really weird. Sorry, I've had long-term headache today, so bear with me. Yeah, so just wait for the higher low and then 120 plus. You know, it's like the ones that were up today, like substantially, I think they were all the losers. Like big old fat losers. We're talking like, which ones were they that were up? I went alphabetical, so I lost the old. You know, I normally will categorize sometimes with percentage change, and I lost it because of the new day. Everything got wiped. Crap, man, it was like Engine Coin, you know, Engine Coin. It's up 2% again. Wow, it's just like this thing was such a loser, man. Like, yeah, it did react off 23
It just makes sense.
What's up, dude? Thanks for the Inverse Solana fund. Much appreciated, man. I don't know. It's holding support for now. So thank you. Engine is just one where you can't care that it's doing this. You just can't, because you play numbers game, right? You're not going to just trade one time only ever. You have to like keep coming back, and you've got to play the odds and probabilities. When an asset just hits a support, and of course there was bullish divergence. You know how many countless almost all of them were showing bullish divergence, whether they had a confirmation low or not. So this was showing bullish divergence at an inflection point, and it just so happens on a reaction, it has done number go up and not nonstop since. And like as of yesterday, at its highest point, it's up 100% from the bottom. Yep. You're just going to deal with that. That's the way it is. That's the way crypto is. I don't know, man. I'd rather like settle for, I can identify a predictable pattern with a high probability outcome with a confirmation low, and only make 50% from the bottom, versus kind of maybe gambling a little bit and making 100%. Because, you know, think about the person, the trader that doesn't really have the strongest argument every time they make 100 trades versus the trader who looks for the strongest argument every single time, right? So it's cool, man. It's cool. Engine did things. I can't remember what other ones, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like bad or something. Hot. I don't know, man. I can't remember. Not hot. Hot's interesting though. Is it hot or not, man? Close to a breakout. Shib, you know the story about Shib, man. Shib is king. Shib was a technical specimen. And this is one that was up off its, like, again, I'm saying like January 4th was the day. The fateful day where it's like, hey man, this is possibly a type 2 return. Because we're catching bids at the level where you should catch bids. And, you know, it's up 40% in 2 weeks, but at the highs, it was up 54%. Okay. So it's not like, you know, up 100%. But again, it's just like, I'd rather know where I am on a chart for sure than like buying Engine Coin out of support or buying XLM out of support with divergence, and that's it. There's a stronger argument. It just is. It's Growl, man. It's Jeff Growl. It's Jeff Probst, man. How you doing, dude? Them Cowboys doing things. Yeah, man. So it's like this one, you know, all the others, dude, right? I mean, like, this eventually, the weekly tells you just like XRP's not catching the bids, maybe. I don't know why, like, but it should. But like, this is possibly more significant than XRP. I mean, this is one of the best looking weekly charts in crypto, I think. And that's proven to be the case, you know, after the engulfing candle, you know, being up 40+%. The minimum target on the weekly is 1,700, then 2,000, then 2,700, then 3K. So much more upside on this. If you're just scaled out and you're patient, you let it ride, man. So, there were other specimens that were waiting patiently. Like, look at QNT. You know, it's up 33% off from the low to high, from where it kind of made sense, right? The 4th, that big day where the bids came in off these bottoms, up significantly, and look what it's doing. I mean, it's still fantastic. You're just waiting patiently for 156. You break that 200, you break that 263. Already established uptrend. It's incredible. I don't know why it looks better than everything else, because it's quant QNT, but it does. Whoever owns this, whoever the composite operator is telling you something. Okay. Litecoin, though, you know, it's just right at that breakout point. $84, above 84 equals 105, below 84 equals 66. So just gotta wonder how long this will sustain. I mean, this trend reversed way back months ago. If you go to the weekly, you can just see how crazy this breakout is. Yeah, look at that. I mean, if not here, then never. These are the basement levels. Like, yeah, if you just get like, this is called buying low down here. And look at the weekly breakout and back test. I mean, you're talking like weekly upside is like 130 minimum. But, and you know, you understand how long one would have to wait to see these levels. Years. It's taken years for the asset, after it accelerated off the lows, to finish a cycle and to completely collapse. It's taken years. And here we are again. YFI. It took years for a bottom to be manufactured, a rally up to $95,000, and then a crash, and then a full-on reset, 99% pullback, and now here you are. Okay, it's just so much time, and then over 200-day large harmonic structure completed with a type 2 return. And it's just like, as long as wherever this sells off, because it can't break 74.50, we know why. Because if it breaks that level, 50% upside easily to the first target, which is 11,350. Then after that, it's 14,154. Then 18K after that. So this is just one where it's like, I mean, the best entry was certainly the 4th of January, where again, some bids came in and you're way off the entry price, closer to the resistance. But you just know, like, if you did get in reasonably, sitting and letting it ride and waiting for the breakout, having your alert set up is the thing to do on this. Not financial advice, but mother of God, this is harmonic advice, right? No one said that was illegal. Damn, man. All right, let's check in on Bitcoin dominance, because it was a good idea. I mean, look at this, dude. You understand what Bitcoin dominance is doing, right? We are now, I think we're officially in phase D. Phase D of Wyckoff accumulation. Where you get it, right? I mean, everything is playing out like to a T right now. You're at last points of supply. The first one, you're rallying, right? You broke the spring. That's the confirmation line. It took a while, right? It took weeks. Most of December and some January. And then now you're rallying and you just achieved your highest price or highest percentage dominance of the crypto market since July 22nd, 2022, repeating, of course. So you're thinking of, when it's all said and done, 48%. But man, if you really argue with the fact that there's like, okay, Wykoffian, then Bulkowskian, the 3 rising valleys has appeared with 2 peaks. You've broken the confirmation line. So you have like an official breakout of the 3 rising valleys, all happening at the best context area probably ever. Phase D. Good God, man. Let's go Bitcoin. Phase Ligma. Okay. Guess we can get the S&P to just show you real quick. Big old goes, man. I mean, the rejection of the mother of all trend lines, the rejection of the 200-day simple moving average. You went for the gap fill and failed. You couldn't even fill the gap. That is so weak. And kind of scary. I don't know, man. Like, what in the... Mostly things got wrecked today, and there were some gainers, but I mean, there weren't many things up 10% like CDE. It was mainly up 2% or something. Energy kind of did well today. But tech not doing too hot, and you just got to wonder, like, any kind of reversal. It's just like they're trying to put in these confirmation lows, and they're beginning to rally off of, and then just days like yesterday and today come around, and then just big red candles come in. It's like, well, if that was the rally, that's certainly a much lower high than the previous high before it. It's just awful, dude. It's not bull market. There's animal spirits in the market conditions, right? There's just not. Like, after 2016, after that election, if you were a participant in the stock market before 2016 election, okay, you knew what it felt like when there weren't animal spirits in the market. And after that day, that was the catalyst. The animal spirits returned to the markets, and you could feel it. You knew it. It was unreal. Crazy face melting rallies for a couple years. Number go up, number go up. Holy crap. And now that is not here. That's not, the animal spirits are gone. Heck, man, they might be in gold. And so if it's just another lower high, someone would be like, hey, dude, it's a type 2 return. But is it? Someone was anchoring a harmonic with this being the X point. I just look at it as just more distribution, more respect, bearish respect. I mean, think about it like this. Think about if you're in this long established uptrend and you're at a demand line once, you rally and you sell off and then you hold it for the second time. It's like a confirmation low and it's a higher low. So it's like accumulation. And so, you know, big way, it's like almost like a dragon pattern now. Right, where you got, this is the new supply line of the dragon, 1 foot, the second foot, the hump, and then the spine. You break the spine around 35.84, then it's time to mark up, or just getting marked down. It's like a bearish dragon now. Very, very bad, boys. Very, very bad. Right, where the Dow Jones Industrial looked ugly yesterday. Talking about a bearish dragon pattern. You now pretty much, you confirmed it yesterday, the breakdown, and then followed through today. And this is awful because this is the last little level. I mean, below that, the downside potential is vast on the DJI. Below 33, well, below, you know, I don't even, what in the, I'm off today, man. My head hurts like crazy.
32.33 repeating, of course.
Even though it's 33. Very bad. If it's real, way lower prices. And how about that, right? I mean, like, just how awful on the NASDAQ. Like, yep, you went and you tested the supply line, bearish engulfing candle, fall through today, but you're just sitting at 10,823, the swing low from November 2nd, 2020. If you don't hold that, bye-bye, 10,500, and then fresh lows to less than $10,000. And that's when things are gonna get real bad. But, you know, I'm saying, like, oh my God, we're confirming a bottom, and then the rally ensued. And guess what? If this is the top, significantly lower than the previous high, and the previous high, and the previous high, awful, man. Just garbage right now. And hidden bearish divergence argument on this, and also the IWM. Russ 2000. Just, you couldn't do it. You couldn't break 188. Even though you did break a supply line of sorts. Hidden bearish divergence is there. You tested the 200-day moving average as support for the first time since, I guess, October 2021. But just hold on now. I mean, you're not making higher highs yet. But you did make a higher low, which is nice. You made the same high. I mean, it does look better than others, right? The other index funds. But again, I wouldn't hold my breath on small caps right now. It's just, give it a little more time, man, because we are in a long established downtrend. The trend has not reversed. We've never been given enough information to be able to say that the trend is reversed. So we're still waiting for enough data, right? For at least understanding, okay, we're topping out and the bear trend is going to continue when we take out the previous lows. Or we make higher highs and then we back test and we make higher lows and higher highs, right? You're just not doing that yet. It's not good enough yet, okay? What's up, Bill?
Bill tipped $25. Sub 1 and 4 he.
He? What about she? Don't you misgender Sheba, Bill? Don't do it. Thank you, man. Yes, we'll look at Shilba coin. Okay, those are your index funds. We looked at gold already. We can look at XAG for contrast, just to show you how it didn't do. It's not doing what gold's doing. Even though it was outperforming gold initially, not right now, not lately. Still above 23 bucks, but just hanging out. And then the XCU, Copper Cash. Oh, it's beautiful, you know. I don't know why I'm... Hold on. Gold copper. Broke resistance is still above it. Engulfed off of that resistance as support. It's pretty nice. Very elevated. It all started with a Gartley. Back test of spring Gartley. It's just wild, man. Just insanity. But things did happen in the commodity space. One thing significant, just so you know, is lean hog futures hit fresh lows and broke a critical support, lowest price. Hog futures have seen since December 10th, 2021, broke the level, the big level that goes back, you know, 2013, 2020. Look at that, multiple times. And then look, it's like 2006, 2007. Look at that, 2000 itself, just 2000. And then, yeah, that's really it, I believe. Yeah. So we have a bearish breakdown on lean hog futures. So the trend is still reversed. Looks like natural gas in slow motion, right? But it was all amazing. It was ungodly. Perfect. And you want to look at something like this, right? You think about it. What kind of structure? The Momo shift. And then I just want, like, I'm not calling it, but my God, look. What? Just hopium. Hopium on orange juice futures. I want to be able to afford orange juice again. Please. Collapse. Maybe the Momo shift, right? Maybe. I mean, that's some sort of like crazy looking shooting star right there. Maybe it's that was it. So just pay attention to orange juice. Maybe doing something bearish. Finally. Gasoline futures pumping. Highest levels since November. Off the 886. Glorious, just like WTI. Where is WTI on Wanda? What the? Look at that. Look how crazy WTI is. I mean, it's just unbelievable. This is like trade setup stuff. You broke out of the falling wedge. You had a spring back test. Look at that, the high from 2018. And I think from other parts of history too. Maybe not. Yeah, that was it. I think you back tested that. I think it's pretty freaking crazy right here. I mean, this is insane. Like Momo shift, right? Almost like a little miniature inverse head and shoulders. There could be upside here for sure. WTI.
Hey Mike, can you check Dollar Media Network?
Mike. Who's Mike? Is this Mike Tyson? With going to the pyramid? That's too much. Yeah, we'll look. We'll look at it. Thank you. So were there other things? I'm trying to remember. Scan it. Oh yeah, like live cattle futures feeders. The feeder cattle futures good. Maybe double topping here. I mean, what a run, dude. Just one time, the second time. It's like, oh, still so elevated. Hard to say, but like maybe it could be headed back down to. Look, dude, it gapped up and never back tested the key level. Right. This is GF1, your girlfriend futures. Looks like your girlfriend futures topping out, man. So at least maybe you would see like the demand line of the beautiful channel. It's so pretty. It's like gorgeous. So maybe 170. Remember lumber futures, beautiful falling wedge breakout. I mean, so pretty, man. It had a decent day today. You think if you wait long enough, you'll probably get 555 and 601 if it just plays out technically. You got to break 460 though. That's such a major level. I think you'll go test that even if it fails, and that's a 236. So gorgeous stuff on some of these commodities. I think wheat did something bad, very bad. Look at wheat where you are this 742 level that you think is not a big deal, but it's extremely big deal. Like this is, you know, a pre-Ukraine war level. Look at this peak back from 2014. And then look, the valley from 2007 when it was created for the first time, 2008. Just understand price action, how it correlates below 740. I mean, you could be going to 635 fast based on what we know about what it did in the past. Fast in the past. Wow, I'm rhyming here. Very, very bad, boys. Very bad and ugly. Key level broken. Other than that, notable stuff on the commodity. Oh yeah, natural gas, awful, dude. Natural gas was like, I think it made its lowest lows again today. Look at this, dude. Just god awful. Yes, another fresh low, and then gap down on the new day a few hours ago is already down 1.8%. Remember, the target is 267. There's nothing else to do. Look, it's broken all levels. Yep, that's it, dude. That is it for freaking natural gas, man. But my Greta Thunberg, dude, getting arrested. We didn't even talk about the World Economic Forum stuff, dude. What a bunch of delusional elitists, dude. No meat for you. Right, I think they're advocating for no meat for anybody eventually, and while every piece of food at the event had meat in it. See, we can look at just the live cattle futures for a second, and then we'll move on. We'll go to those requests. All right, dude, come on. We are at the 1618. Give me a rollover. Look, you have everything. I mean, besides a confirmation high. This is like solid for reversal. Look, there's certain buyer exhaustion at slightly above the 1.618. The negative momentum's building. You're below. You're not in the bullish control zone. You're neutral in the RSI. I wonder if I bet the 3-day shows something strong too. Classic bearish divergence, triple bearish divergence on the 3-day. Oh my god, and it's just begun, right? 1, 2, 3, and look at that. Highest level of negative Momo on the 3-day you've seen since June. 7 months. And obviously RSI bearish divergence too. But that right there, Larry, is just, you think just prime for a more significant pullback. Or maybe, just maybe, some sort of hog futures reversal. God. All right, now we will move on from commodities. Because when I was scanning them, nothing really was sticking out beyond that. So, XPR, oh, Proton. Yeah, I remember the poor man's XRP. I would make the joke about it. Proton, bro. It was going to be kings, man. It was going to change the world. Just another massive loser where, you know, if you're applying the teachings taught here and on the internet, you wouldn't be requesting this, I don't think. Though I am extremely grateful for the contribution. When you look at a chart like this, John Travolta, right? Big old John John Travolta chart. Okay, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do here. Like, bullish divergence to the MACD. It played out significantly lower high than previous highs. Almost at, I mean, it's at its highest RSI somehow since August, and it's making its lowest high ever. There is not one thing about this chart that is redeeming. Nothing. Heck, man, at least Weight Watchers trying to hold on to a 2014 low. At least Party City going bankrupt was defending a support from history, right? Some things going bankrupt defending levels better than XPR. Why own XPR when you can own XRP? I think most of the volume from XPR comes in from people that were drunk and they thought they were buying XRP. I think that's probably 75% of the volume on this, okay? Mr. McCrow, what do you mean? Mocrow. What do you mean, is that a breakout? This is a... No, there's nothing about this. It's just garbage. The most recent events are garbage. It's worst ever. I mean, God, just too much, man. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Let's look at... I do appreciate Anon, okay? Like, if I rip apart your request, it doesn't have it. It's nothing personal. And really, it's more so like a little tough love, and I want you to be better the next time you decide to request, if you do. Again, invest in yourself. Like, I want, like, build me an army worthy of Mordor. Send me a request worthy of Mordor. Find me the next Sheba. Find me the next CDE. Find me the next AG like Matthew D did. He requested this last week or whatever. Not doing too hot. I mean, down 2.5%. But it's an M shape. It's only higher lows. And a type 2 return could be coming later. I'm just saying, finding completed M shapes over 1,000+ days or something. Right, there are things to look for. We try to teach those things. You look for them, and then you request them. Like G-Dog is a master of it. He became Hype King. Look, if you are someone who does support this channel, okay, I appreciate it. But if you're gonna support the channel, and then you're also gonna find amazing setups because you invested in yourself and you learned the things that I learned. And what the geniuses that we learned from what they researched, right? If you're going to request that and you do it enough times and you keep finding good enough setups, you will become Hype King. We will give you a role in the Discord because you were so hype. Hype here is finding incredible low risk, high reward opportunity setups. Okay. All right. The next one was for Timmy. Cost. He wants to look at COSPA, and I don't have much hope. Yeah, it's just one of those where there's not much I can do. This is CASPA with data taking us back to October. Right, just what can I do here? It's attempting a rally from a low to high. It hit a 61.8% retrace before, the bottom of the golden zone before rallying, and the attempted rally will probably end up being a lower high than the previous high, but we just don't know. We don't have enough data to make any determination on if this is good or bad or how it's gonna end up. Just no idea. But Tim, I do appreciate the contribution. Bill asking about Shiba, which we've already looked at, of course, but he said look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour. The 1 hour, I don't really ever look. 1 hour's insane, right? I remember plotting a demand line in general chat for the memes a few days ago, and someone was like, I'm going long, dude. My God, look at that. Look at that demand line holding. So that's your 60-minute. mean, 1300 is the next target. 4 hour, I think I posted on the 4 hour. It's getting crazy, right? I mean, you're talking about legging up. This is what legging up looks like, where you have this one demand line and all of a sudden acceleration of accumulation. All of a sudden it's like that. Whoa, that's a massive leg up too. Right? The angle of ascent got steeper. Do you understand why it's acceleration of accumulation? Accumulation just meaning more market participants involved than before. Yeah, massive leg up. But is it any wonder? God, no, man. There you go, Bill. Thank you, dude. All right, Armis. Mike Tyson wanted me to look at Media Network. All right, I'll play the sound clip, sorry.
I like turtles.
There you go. Okay, you want to look at Media Network Connect, I guess on Coinbase. Well, see here, goes back to June of last year, not very liquid. Looks like that level from July is very real. Market participants have defended it for the greater part of... Oh, we're on the 4 hour. Oops. Maybe a month or less than a month. Close to a month. So you could look at it probably like just a range. Bottom of range, 1081, top of range, $15. I do like, I'll say that it is kind of interesting because, well, a low got put in, you know, New Year's Eve. And then this long drawn out second low got put in. And that low is formally back testing the low from July. And now you're trying to put in a third low, maybe. Again, maybe. All right, what if it's a third valley? Classic accumulation, maybe going, look, the spring happened New Year's Eve, right? And the back test. And now there's maybe so much demand on the asset that the sellers are unable to push the price down to 1081. And that's kind of good. I mean, that's kind of like a bullish thing. And you are breaking the 200 moving average. But again, this is the 4 hour, so it's like, what would it look like on the daily? Kind of visible. But yeah, okay, so I would say this about media. For all the analysis I just did and stuff, I think like you did have a daily bullish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday. Not bad. So we know for a fact, based on all this price action we've received for the greater part of 3 weeks, you would not want to mess with this asset, own it at all. You would not. Below 1080. Right, below that level, off limits, it's over, it's done. What you'd be doing if you were going to try to long this is you'd be actually playing the engulfing candle confirmed. You'd be playing the fact that you've already back tested the spring successfully, and you're just playing the fact that you're so close to a stop loss relative to where it could go if this actually does hold, and you're playing the fact that there's this third low on the 4 hour and sellers unable to see 1080 again. It's all those things. That's like your argument built on this one. But again, if it falls below 1080, certainly not. You don't want it. You now have a very strong argument to not own media below 1080. Do you understand? So did the best I could with the very small amount of data I have. Here's your daily 1414. Okay. Wow, dead chat. Oh my God. Okay, that's all I got for you on that. And that was the last request anyway. So, been live for over an hour, so I did it. Fulfilled my obligations, stream time for the day. Checking on the golden child. Monero. It's a nice little
Hi,
hammer.
can you check on VRA? Is that a breakout?
It's a Mocro. Veracity. Wasn't that a scam or something? Sold some. What are you talking about? I didn't miss setups. Dude, the setups were on the 4th of January. Like for cryptos. CDE was around that time too. I mean, nah, dude. Didn't miss anything. That's the beauty of swing trading. I mean, I don't trade that way. I don't trade where like, oh, I'm streaming. Oh, I missed it because I'm streaming. That's not how it works. These are on daily. We look for daily setups and stuff, dude. The VRA breakout. Yeah, I thought it was a scam, dude. Veracity, isn't it? Well, it's just another one of those, like, yeah, dude.
We are really talking about humanism.
Just another one where, like, it lost all its value. And it pumped. Oh, it was kind of awful because, like, didn't even test the support resistance area. Unless you talk about this low, this candle low close right there from March 2021. Did it touch it? It did. That was what it tested. But, like, again, man, it's like one low. Yes, there was bullish divergence. There was. Everything else did too. Everything else that was showing amazing setups also had divergence. And many things had already put in their lows in June, and this one had just made its lowest low at the beginning of the year. And yes, it's up probably 100% off those lows, right? Yeah, 130%. But other than that, I mean, like, what do you want me to do? Like, that's not. I can just tell you, like, if it was gonna keep running, I mean, 7.5 tenths of 1 cent would probably be the big area. You see how it back tested that level as resistance for collapsing. But respecting levels, at least a little bit. But that's a straight line up, and it's just one where, yes, pumps on assets without discernible major edges at inflection points happen. Okay, cool. I have a finite amount of money, so I'm gonna put it in things like Shiba or YFI at their 886s, completed harmonics type 2s, right? Versus this that wasn't doing that at all. So VRA's technology, what? ENS is good now. Yeah, it was, funny enough, it was a bearish setup and it hit one of the 3 targets and then began to bounce or began to recover. And then it turned into a confirmation low. And yep, bullish divergence near an ice line, the listing price from the November 2021. And attempting, it's near a breakout. It was trying to break out. It's now just trying to back test these lows as support. It's very strong right here. It's virtually a dragon, a bullish dragon breakout, you know, like, look, it's like that. It's the dragon. So I'm thinking, like, if you're breaking 1446, 1750, but really you're talking like $20 target maybe. So ENS, yeah, I mean, look, one low, second low, third low. All these lows are higher than the lows from June, just like Doge and many others. So it's in better shape than something like what we just looked at, which was VRA. On the new day, QNT is up 2.5%. Let's go. The specimen bonsai tree, harmonic trend, Wachowski, Wilder, everything. The dream. That's that, and then you, nothing really else up on the new day, really. So I'm just gonna chalk this one up as a wash. I'm gonna take some Tylenol so I can get rid of this headache I've had like all day, and we'll just reconvene tomorrow. Yeah, so I don't know, probably not a great stream or anything, but if you're doing it 6 days a week roughly, and you still show up on days you don't feel well, and they're not gonna always be memorable, amazing streams. So I think things are still completely fine on Bitcoin right now, and I do like how it did well compared to, look at this thing compared to the S&P. Bitcoin just rivaled its high from November 5th. November 5th, the S&P 500. What price was that at? November 5th. Well, the thing about it is, I guess November 5th, they are so decoupled now, right? November 5th, I mean, you got the S&P that's still higher than its price on November 5th here. So, or at least, you know, the 4th and 7th. So, kind of a wash there. But the fact that, you know, you had all that bad news come out, that weird, the 5 people that were devastated by that one exchange that scammed people out of $700 million. Whatever it's called, in some weird place. Bitcoin held. The altcoins. Harmonics completed in January 4th. We caught those bids, and we've been running virtually ever since. So optimistic. I am optimistic on crypto, cautiously. Not enough has been done to say in any form that a true trend reversal has occurred. Not saying that. Just optimistic on maybe one of at least 3 of targets of some of these trade setups being achieved. Nah, those are terrible. I mean, GNS was an all-time loser, and it went up 100+% randomly after flatlining or only taking losses forever. So I didn't see any. I just looked at it.
totals.
Terrible. It's Ron Jeremy. Thanks for the threes, dude. Thanks for the Ron Jeremy's, dudes. Much love. Yep, just hang in there, okay? I'll be back in 24 hours or so. Less if things go well for the markets, right? All right. I'll be back. Until next time. Respect the T. A.